All right, Kristen, thank you. We begin this morning with the big story here in New Mexico. It's making headlines all around the world. A mass shooting in Albuquerque where sheriff deputies will be back at a home in the South Valley later this morning.
This is where they say a teenager shot and killed a total of 5 people this weekend, his parents and 3 of his younger brothers and sisters. This home is on Long Lane Southwest. It's near Coors, south of Pajarito. It's where News 13's David Romero is right now. David, bring us up to speed on what happened here.
Well, Matt, it is very disheartening. In fact, Sheriff Dan Houston calls what's inside this house behind me as a horrific crime scene. Now, let's start with the latest. Nehemiah Griego, who's just 15 years old, is behind bars right now after investigators say he shot and killed 5 people inside his family home on Saturday night. They include his father, Greg, his mother, Sarah, his sisters, Jael and Angelina, who are just 5 and 2 years old, and his brother, Zephaniah, who was 9. Sheriff's deputies discovered this about 9:30 on Saturday night after they got a call from someone who say they talked with Nehemiah.
The victims all apparently suffered multiple gunshot wounds. Multiple weapons were apparently used, including 1 assault rifle.
And of course, sheriff's deputies say they found and arrested Nehemiah Griego shortly after the shootings. They have not said at this point as to why this young man may have wanted to turn the guns on his family. Matt, back to you.
All right, thank you very much for the update this morning, David. Again, sheriff's deputies going to be back out at that house a little bit later today. They say they're going to talk more about their investigation sometime tomorrow morning. Now, as you can imagine, people who live near the Griegos just cannot believe what happened there. Their quiet community now turned upside down.
They are both shocked and saddened this morning.
We kind of knew something was going on last night, and it's sad. It's disheartening.
It's a shock that something like that happens that close to your house.
Neighbors first realized something was wrong on Saturday night when patrol car after patrol car kept going to the Griego home. Then they learned exactly what happened inside and were just heartbroken. And unfortunately, this mass shooting reminds us of a few other ones that have happened through the years right here in New Mexico.
This includes the one with Cody Posey, that was back in 2004, and the one with John Hyde just a year later.
Hurry up, we both got shot.
Ryder Valley?
Yes, we both just got shot.
What's your name?
David Fisher.
Well, Mr. Fisher there was one of the people John Hyde shot back in August of 2005 when he went on a shooting spree all across Albuquerque. He ended up killing 5 people before he was arrested. Now, Hyde ended up at the state mental hospital after a judge decided he was incompetent to go to trial. And then there is what Cody Posey did in 2004.
I'd like to say that I'm sorry.
Posey was just 14 when he shot and killed his father, his stepmom, and his stepsister, saying he snapped after his parents physically and sexually abused him for years. He was sentenced as a juvenile and was free when he turned 21. Well, make sure you stay right here with KRQE News 13, both on air and online at krqe.com to get the very latest on this horrible mass shooting. Elizabeth.
A teacher from a small New Mexican high school is still under investigation this morning for what he may have been doing with a student. According to the Cibola Beacon, the teacher works for Grants High School and was placed on administrative leave Thursday, accused of having an ongoing inappropriate relationship with a female student. That's when the investigation began. Our messages to the assistant superintendent have not been returned this weekend, but this is what she told the Beacon. Within an hour after learning of the allegation, the teacher was placed on administrative leave. That's a quote. The district has not released the teacher's name. The man accused of wanting to trade drugs for a sexual act from a teenage girl is out of jail on bond, but is now facing attempt to commit sexual exploitation of a child charge. According to a criminal complaint, 48-year-old Joseph Martinez had been talking with whom he thought was a 14-year-old girl. Investigators say Martinez told undercover detectives that he would trade some marijuana for a sexual act. Cops arrested Martinez when he arrived at a pre-arranged meeting place.
Well, the 3 people police say were breaking into an apartment in Albuquerque Friday night and got into a fight with a maintenance man there are still in jail. Thomas Molina and Wendell Bouchard here are facing aggravated burglary charges. So is Georgette Montgomery. This is after police say they broke into an apartment on Marin Circle near Wyoming and I-40. A maintenance worker was inside there, and police say they all got into a fight before that worker took off, and the 3 took tools and later got arrested. Well, the woman who investigators say tried to escape from the MDC last week is back there this morning and in some pretty big trouble. Bernalillo County Sheriff's deputies say this woman, Ingrid Ramos, tried to leave with 6 other people who were supposed to be getting out last Sunday and even got regular clothes to blend in. An officer spotted her and stopped her before she got too far.
A 19-year-old is behind bars this morning after going before a judge over the weekend, and one man is lucky to be alive after police say the suspect, 19-year-old Joel Meeks, is responsible for a home invasion that nearly turned into a murder case when Meeks and an accomplice tied up the man, then left him face down in a bathtub with the water running. When the man tried to escape, police say Meeks and the other suspect attacked him with a knife. The judge says Meeks faces numerous charges, including kidnapping and battery, and kept his bond at $500,000 cash only.